Hey everybody, today we're going through comic books from 1951. Alright, so today going through this stack, 1951 comics, a little bit bigger than yesterday. The stacks should grow a little bit as we go through the years, although I think 1952 is smaller than this one. So it does vary, but hope you're enjoying these videos. It's going to take a while to get through all these, so there was definitely some interest on that first one. So hopefully, uh, you know, it will stay interesting. But I'm going to switch over to the other camera and prep up the websites because I forgot to do that again before we started. And while I'm doing that, take a look at this.
Every Saturday night we'd gather round, black and white pictures, no one made a sound. Gunslingers and sheriffs riding through the dust, those TV westerns made our evenings just. Popcorn and sodas on the living room floor, we'd watch the heroes settle every score. With cowboy hats and boots, they'd save the day. In that old box, our dreams would always play. Oh, the old West on the screen felt so real, like we were in that scene, riding high with the tumbleweeds inside. Dreams of the frontier under the moonlight. Lone rangers and horses running free, Marshal Dillon keeping order, we'd agree. Lost in the tales of wild canyon trails, echoes of the past in the story they'd unveil. Days gone by, but the memories remain of distant lands where the heroes reign. And those TV westerns, a never-ending song, a window to the past where we all belong. Bonanza and Maverick, names etched in time. Innocent days, oh how they shine. With every showdown, we learn to be brave, echoing the legends from each dusty grave.
All right, here we go. Sorry for the darkness on that introduction. I forgot to turn the light on. It always looks bright on my screen, so I didn't realize it. Plus, I just got done working outside, so I'm a little tired. We got, first off, from 1951, the 39th issue of Buzzy from DC Comics. This one's got some mold on it, as you can see. I did do the freezer thing when I got this in to try and kill the mold from And then I laminated the covers as well because they were in such sad shape. So hopefully the mold will stay inactive. I don't really know if that works or not. I've read that it does, but I have no personal experience. Got a Daisy rifle ad on the back. And let's look up Buzzy. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hope your day is going well. And Grand Comics database is really slow today. Took forever to come up, and now that I put a search in it, it's taken forever yet again. That's gonna make for a really long video if it doesn't get better here. Holy smokes. All right, well, while we're waiting for that, let's take a look at the next one. Charlie McCarthy, number 7 from Dell. Look at that. Wow, that's in really nice shape. Does have a little bit of chipping on the bottom. Somebody put some tape down there, but a little bit. But wow, pretty nice shape there. All right, well, I finally came up with the search for Buzzy. Now I got to click on the title name. And it's still going to take a long time. Wow. Well, I might have to record this later if this is going to take this long. This is insane. And I was just on other websites, so I know it's not my internet. It's the website. Grand Comics database does slow way down sometimes. I think a lot of people use it. Sometimes there's just a lot of traffic on there, maybe for whatever kind of server they have it up on, and so on and so forth. Grand Comics database is a huge site with lots of information, and it's all free. So they may not use the bandwidth that they really should have for it, since they refuse to put ads on the site. It sometimes it does slow down. Of course, ads would probably slow it down even more, but then maybe that would generate some revenue so that they could get a better server as well. So who knows? Oh, came up with a Cloudflare error. Unable to establish an SSL connection to the origin server. So yeah, server problems. Or we'll try reconnecting here, but I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and show you guys the books, and I can input the information later. Or I can put in bare bones information and then put in the details after the show if the website's not going to come up right away. because I know the title and I know the publisher, just don't know the years and the run of the series. That's the word I'm looking for. So this should be a much faster video then. The website's not even loading now, so I'm just going to turn that off. Next up, we have Christmas Parade. Yay! Always love these Dell Giants, especially the Christmas ones. Especially the Disney Christmas ones. Got some song lyrics on the back for I Saw Three Ships. And then we got Donald Duck 4-color. That one's already, information for that title's already in there, so that's not too hard to add. Donald Duck in Old California. Great story. Awesome cover. Look at that. Isn't that a great cover? I don't think that's a Carl Barks cover, but I know this is a Carl Barks story, but that doesn't look like Carl Barks to me. I may just be wrong. That's possible. And another 4-color Donald Duck 339. That's definitely not Carl Barks. And I'm going to open this one and remind myself of this story because I don't remember what it is. I'm not positive I've ever read it since it's not a Carl Barks. Yeah, I can't. I think maybe I haven't read it, but I'm not sure. Definitely got a messed up centerfold in there that's loose, but it is complete. Another 4-color. This one's Porky Pig and the Grand Canyon Giant. Pretty darn sure I haven't read that one yet. A lot of stuff in my collection that I have not read. I honestly don't have a whole lot of time for reading, and most of them, what I used to do is read in bed, but the light is not the best in there because I don't have an overhead light in my bedroom, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be, so I find that I need a much brighter light to be able to read comics nowadays. But I still do read, make the effort and read once in a while. Another Bugs Bunny 4-color. This one's 366. Uncle Buckskin Comes to Town. I believe they used Uncle Buckskin, or at least somebody similar to that, in later stories as well. He didn't look like this though, so maybe it's just kind of the same type of thing. Little Iodine, also from Dell. This one's number 6. I don't really know much about Little Iodine. I believe it was an old comic strip character, but I honestly can't swear to that. Pretty sure that's correct, though. And Little Scouts. This, I remember getting this in, and I will show you the art on this one in a minute because if I remember right, I was really impressed by the art when I opened this one up. Oh, maybe not. I mean, it's okay. It's good. It's good cartoon, toony, but it's not very detailed. It's got a unique style to it, but it's not the blow my socks off that I thought it was. So confusing this with something else probably. Still very cool. It looks like a lot of fun. And another Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. This one's number 116. And MGM's Lassie. And I am trying to list them properly, so that's going to be listed as MGM's Lassie, not just Lassie. It's number 5. Great cover. Here's a cool one. Red Rider Comics. I've got this one listed with a D up here, meaning it's heavily damaged. It's very brittle, it looks like. So, and I did laminate the covers, but but yeah, you can see how badly it's deteriorating down there at the bottom. So, really rough shape, that one. Really, really, really rough shape. Like it could disintegrate if I take it out of the bag. Red Rider Comics. And that was Dell as well. Or were these all Dell? Buzzy was DC. Okay, I was gonna say, man, it's a lot of Dell. Here's a Fawcett Rocky Lane Western. $31. In this issue, Dead Man's Revenge, a complete Western serial. And here's Roy Rogers' Christmas cover. Number 37. I was watching one of my old videos about the books I got from Comics Den last night, and it was actually these. It was the Rocky Lane and some Roy Rogers, and so most of these old westerns I actually got from the Comics Den for like, I think it was 35, 39 cents, something like that. Somewhere in there. Very, very cool. Shout out to Comics Den if you're not watching them. A little bit of drama going on their channel over there because they have a newborn that was born 3 months early. He seems to be doing fine, but he's not home yet. And but they are continuing to put out the content. They've just reached like 30,000 subscribers, so a lot of people watching them. Good channel if you're not watching it. Here's Roy Rogers. This is 41. This is 45. That one's in pretty nice shape. Little chipping on the bottom. And it's a DC comic, Strange Adventures number 13. Look at there. Probably got that from them too. I know I got a few issues from Whatnot, but this one's gotten in really pretty bad shape too, there with mold across the top. And this would have been one, again, that I would have frozen. Try my new trick with the eraser, see if it takes any of that off. Probably not. It's probably soaked into the cover that there's not much chance. Cool cover. And here we have Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This one's got a little fold over up there. I hate that when I find them in a bag and it fell off anyway. And I know, that I've had it out of the bag, so I know that that's my fault. This folded over like that. Number 125 from 1952. Classic cover. And here is one from 126. This one's got a little bit of a roll to it. I think I'll try and fix that. I have one of the ones I did yesterday in the press right now with the first press to flatten the spine out so I can reset the spine. This is, it's 126 actually consecutive with the other issue. I almost have a run, 2 issues. And again, I got fold overs in the bag. I don't understand how that happens, but I also still have tape on the bag. So maybe this was from quite some time ago before I decided how much I hate tape. I will use a ruler like this to try and flatten out some of the fold overs like that in a bag without taking it out again. However, if it's too brittle, they do sometimes it does break off the fold rather than go ahead and take it off. So you do have to be careful of it. But I'm going to put that to the side so I can add it to the stack to be straightened out. And this one is Wilbur from 1951, number 39. Wilbur. And gonna take this one out because that looks like a grease pen up here, which Absarine should be able to take out. I might be wrong that it's different, but it looks like it. And I don't know if that's because, some of these I may have gotten before I had Absarine, before I knew about it. And nope, that's on there. That's not coming off. And this is probably not coming off either, but we'll try and clean it with the eraser. Nope. I think it's in pen. It was just it's just very old pen that is faded over time. I love that comics were so thick back then. So cool. And then to add to the stack, we have a few from 1951. That was from the stack to be added in. So let's see. We'll go backwards since we're building backwards here. We got Wilbur, Comic Stories, Strange Adventures 13, and Strange Adventures 5. And then we have Nellie the Nurse. So get past the westerns here. That's that spot. Next up is Leave It to Binky. Lassie. MGM's Lassie. Looney Tunes. Little Scouts. Little Iodine. 4 colors. And, oh, I didn't put a sticker on that one. How come you didn't tell me that? Maybe you did. 1951. And then we're going to slip this one in there, 347, 339, 328, Christmas Parade, Charlie McCarthy, Buzzy, and Andy Panda on the top. So those are the 1951s. I'm going to try Grand Comics Database one more time and see if it pops up. If it pops up real quick, I know they fixed it. And they have not. So I guess that will be the end of today's video. And I will go in and put that information in there at some point before the next time once the website comes back up. So thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day, and I will see you next time with more than likely comics from 1952.
The trumpets shout and the trombone glide. I found my crew on this crazy ride. Turns his wounds wail like a midnight train. Thank you, super friends. You keep me sane. Oh, thank you. Thank you, super friends. You've got my back through the twists and bends in a world that spins and never ends. Thank you, super friends. The drummer kicks with a thunderous beat. We march together, no retreat. The bass walks steady, the piano plays. You light my nights and brighten my days. Through storms and sun, through highs and lows, you're the rhythm that my heartbeat knows.